Hey, so I've been trying out a whole lot of anime this season, and one in particular I'll talk about today is Dorohedoro. I decided to give this a go due to all the pre-airing hype, although according to Mao at the moment it doesn't seem to have much viewership, but the score is still high, whatever that means. I've just watched the first 3 episodes, so I think I may as well talk about what I've seen. One thing I have to say is this show tries to be really random. I mean, there's this main character with a crocodile head who bites people to see this guy inside him for some reason. Then there's some guy who turns people to bugs. They quickly beat and then the main character bites off some girl's face. Then some guy comes out of the main character's head and it turns out to be a dream. Oh, and this is just the first episode, and the next couple still have random stuff, even though it's not as fast. Like these shapeshifter guys who turn into the main duo and the heart mask villain turns them into mushrooms. The main character sheds his skin, they fight zombies to win a prize or something. That ripped off face girl becomes a zombie. The main character gets decapitated but doesn't really die. His head gets stolen and some bald guy who's apparently a character got caught on tape. But we'll get to that later. Some people might like this kind of writing for being unpredictable, but seriously, it's like they just pick up random words from a hat and use that to decide the next plot point. Their main focus is to just make everything as unexpected as possible without much reason to it, and it makes everything end up as a big mess. Why was this crockhead main character even biting people to find who's the right person or whatever? I guess by the third episode they try to slowly explore that, but it's not working. I don't see any reason to care. There's just no emotional involvement to it. This show's really lacking when it comes to characterization. The crockhead main character's only traits are that he's loud and obnoxious and likes gyoza. It gets really repetitive how any time he and the main girl has a casual conversation, you bet it would be about food. Speaking of the main girl, she has like literally what personality? There's even this bald guy who I mistook as an extra until late into the third episode because he just literally has no personality to note, and so I had no idea he was an actual character. The villains are a bit better, although their personalities still aren't very distinct, but at least they talk about things other than food. The lack of focus on characters is one reason why this show doesn't really feel like an anime. Then there's the art. I appreciate that they're not bland, but it lacks any kind of anime aesthetics, which might be why it's not getting much viewership. Although there are also people who like something different, and this show would appeal to them, but this kind of thing just doesn't feel like anything I would go to anime for. From the scenarios to the world buildings to the designs, they just focus on being as unexpected as possible. Obviously, as you can tell from the crockhead main character and the heart masked villain, I get having really bizarre world building that's just out of this world, but there are many series that does this better than this. No Gun's Life last season, for example, explains various elements of their world through empathic stories relating to the characters. Dorohedoro does no such thing. I know I said No Gun's Life was really heavy on information, that it can be overloading, but at least the delivery was well done, which is much better than this. I suppose it's possible the manga's actually really good and this anime is just a botched adaptation. It feels really rushed too, so that fits going through as many random events as possible. That villain who turns people into bugs the first episode, that felt like a monster of the week plot got over and done with as fast as possible. In any other series, they'd at least have some build-up in tension, make an interesting way to defeat him and explore his motive, but that's not something Dorohedoro focuses on. But my complaints are for the anime. As I haven't read the manga, I can't judge that. Maybe it's got good ratings for those who know how good the manga is. Even though the anime is bad, maybe, but who cares? I see no reason to check out the manga from this. None of the characters interested me. I just want to get this show and analysis over and done with now, honestly. The plot's too much of a mess to pick out all the inconsistencies, but for now, the part where the main characters fight the villain with the heart mask, doesn't it make more sense for the villain to fight the girl instead? Magic doesn't work on the croc head, and he has magic that turns people into mushrooms, so wouldn't you fight the one you can instantly kill? Whatever. I think I'm done with this show, and to think I thought Darwin's Game would be the dumb show of the season. Of course I still hate Darwin's Game, but now it's hard to decide which I hate more. I pretty much, yeah, as I said before, yeah, I checked this show out for the pre-airing hype, and I gave my thoughts, and, yeah. So now that I've hated everything I talked about this season so far, next up we'll be talking about Kyoko Suiri. Will this show be any different, or will it suffer the same fate? Stay tuned and find out.